Shalom, and welcome back to the True Heritage of Israel. My name is David. I'm a teaching prophet of Yah. Today I'll be coming out of the Balance of YAH'S Law, the study guide that's been compiled information, as I've said in all the other segments that I had, for the enlightenment of the children of Israel to wake up, to reclaim their true heritage back. We're on our way of being delivered. We're going to be going home soon. And you guys need to know this so where you don't make the wrong choice. Anyway, this next topic that I'll be speaking on is called the sacred name of Yah, God of Israel. The sacred name Yah was first made known to Moses in Exodus 3:14. However, the title I Am was deliberately used to replace Yah's sacred name, so that the children of Israel would not recognize his sacred name while in captivity. I am meaning the one and only in Hebrew. The one and only in Hebrew is a superior title for Yah, God of Israel, just like the title the Holy One of Israel. According to Exodus 3:6, Yah identified himself as the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob before he made known his name to Moses. This was how the children of Israel addressed Yah before Moses revealed his sacred name to them, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The title Lord, in all caps, that was designated as the God of the Hebrews' name in your Holy Bible, the Hebrew text, or Old Testament, is a false translation that misleads the children of Israel into thinking that Lord, spelled in all capital letters, is the name of the God of the Hebrews. Very much incorrect. However, there's only one sacred name for the God of the Hebrews. According to Psalm 68:4, in some Bibles, it says Jah. Okay? However, in the original Hebrew language, in the King James Hebrew Strong's Exhaustive Concordance in number 3050, it is Yah. And in some versions of the Bible, it is presented without the J, because there is no J in the original Hebrew alphabet. Every Y was replaced with an I or a J. That is why Yah is spelled with a J in Psalm 68:4. After false English translation in some of the Holy Bibles, because the translators hid his sacred name purposely for the children of Israel, from the children of Israel, indeed the world. Therefore, every time you see Lord in the Old Testament of the Hebrew text, the translators did not want his name known, so they replaced it with the title Lord in all capital letters. Nevertheless, Yah did not command anyone to replace the testimony of his word or substitute his name in any way, shape, or form. There is no translation or replacement for the God of Israel's name, his holy name. It is the same sacred name in every language on the face of the earth. Yah. This next topic, I'll be talking about titles that are used for the God of Israel. Titles, not name, titles. The meaning of uppercase God and lowercase gods when you see these in the Hebrew text. According to Deuteronomy 6:15, whenever you see God spelled in uppercase letters in the Hebrew text, it it is only referring to the God of Israel. Let me say it again. According to Deuteronomy 6 and 15, whenever you see God spelled in the uppercase letters in the Hebrew text, it is only referring to the God of Israel. According to Deuteronomy 6 and 14, when you see God spelled in lowercase letters in the Hebrew text in any passage, it is referring to pagan gods. This grammar is how the translators chose to identify between false gods and the God of Israel when they translate the law of Yah into English. However, some people are not aware of this fact, but when you are aware of it, you read it in the correct understanding once you become aware of what you're reading. Name, according to the King James Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible, in number 8034, in the Hebrew means honor, authority, or character. All these titles we'll discover only one expression for Yah. Characters. These are characters, is what you're seeing when you hear them say words besides the sacred name, something to identify the Most High, but not his sacred name. Not all of them, only one. They are not the sacred name found in the number 3050. Okay? Any other name is not found under this number in the Hebrew Concordance as a sacred name. This name represents only the sacred name given to Moses, the great holy prophet Yah, to reveal to the children of Israel at the appointed time for Yah's glory only. Elohim or Elohim, Elohim or Elohim, according to the King James Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible in numbers 433, 430, and 410. In Hebrew means God or gods in the ordinary sense, specifically meaning plural or many gods. This title was used most likely to address the pagan gods specifically because of its use in the plural context, not the singular. And we know, according to Deuteronomy 6 and 4, Yah is one God. Adonai or Adoni, according to the King James Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible in numbers 136 and 113, in Hebrew means Lord or Lord in upper or Lord in lower, but only the upper first letter in Lord, or all lower in the next Lord, or applied to human. These titles are applied to a human or divine. It means Lord, master, or owner, depending on the context in which the title was used in the Hebrew passage or verse. It may qualify a significant application for a title, meaning a replacement or real sacred name of the God of Israel. Now, this is only depending on the context of use. Remember that. El, according to the King James Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible, and number 410 means strength, or mighty, or the Almighty, but can be referred to as God or any deity, which is basically another title. It has no particular destination and it can be used in many contexts or a variety of applications, but specifically for any given context pertaining to any God. Jehovah, according to the King James Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible in numbers 3068 and 1961, in Hebrew is characterized as the Jewish national God, not the sacred name. It is another title or replacement for Yah's sacred name. In number 3050, it states that Yah is a contraction for Jehovah, not from Jehovah. Okay? Yah is a contraction for Jehovah, not from Jehovah. Meaning it derives from the sacred name of Yah as another title or replacement for his sacred name, Yah. Jehovah Jireh, according to King James Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible, number 3070 and 7200, in Genesis 22 and 14, means God will provide. In this context, but it's used in a variety of applications depending on the context of the verse. When dealing with the law of Yah, in this context, it is referring to the God of Israel. YHWH, with the vowels Yahweh. It's a four-letter abbreviation called a tetragrammaton or tetra, meaning four in Greek, that is used to abbreviate this title. However, when adding the English vowels A and E, you get the so-called pronunciation of the title Yahweh, because the original Hebrew alphabet has no vowels, only consonants and points and marks that are located beneath the letters to serve as vowels for certain sounds depending on the word and where they were located on the letter. Jehovah Nissi, according to the King James Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible in number 3071 and Genesis 17 and 15, in Hebrew means God is my banner, which is a symbolic title used for the altar Moses made in the desert. Again, keep in mind that the word Jehovah in Hebrew means God, and was another title that was used to address or replace the sacred name in the context of this verse when addressing Yah, the sacred name. Shaddai, according to the King James Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible in number 7706 and Genesis 17 and 1, in Hebrew means Almighty, being used in this context to refer to Yah, the sacred name. Lord, spelled in uppercase, Lord, in the Hebrew text, according to the King James Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible, in number 3068, means God. According to this passage in Psalms 110 and 1, this title is referring to the sacred name Yah. Again, based on the context, but replaced with all capital letters to identify the supreme God of Israel. Moving right along to the next topic. This topic will be called the title Lord, capital L, lowercase O-R-D, / lowercase L-O-R-D. We're going to see what the difference is between both of these and how to identify with what they're talking about when seeing these words in our Hebrew text and our heritage, so we can understand what they're talking about. Every time you see the word L-O-R-D in the Hebrew text addressing the name of the God of the Hebrews, the translators replace it Yah's sacred name with Lord. I'm going over this again. Except in the cases when man is addressing kings and leaders and messengers of Yah, and sometimes addressing Yah as our ruler in lowercase spelling. Depending on the context of the verse, it can be considered to be referring to our ruler Yah or our Lord Yah, which means it merely is a title of honor as a ruler, not his name, because Lord or Lord, lowercase or uppercase, lowercase, excuse me, lowercase or uppercase is a title, not a name, excuse me. So that's true. If you see it lowercase or if you see it uppercase, it's still not his name. It's a title. So whenever you see that, depending on the context, it could be talking about the Most High Yah, most definitely if it's in uppercase. But if it's in lowercase, it still could be talking about the Most High Yah, depending on the context of the passage. Now, however, when you see thus saith Lord, capital Lord, or the word Lord in all capital letters again, the translator specifically capitalized the title Lord to refer to Yah, which is a bad translation. Because Yah's name can't be translated. It's the same in all languages. However, it should really read, thus saith Yah, or hear the word of the Yah. In original Hebrew before translation, this means that Yah dictated or addressed the message personally to the prophet, given to the children of Israel or others. God, according to the King James Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible in number 430, in Hebrew means, in this context, the title is referring to the supreme God of Israel. Okay? However, used in some contexts like Judges 13, 20 through 23 refers to angels or messengers as God. Okay, let me say that again. In Judges 13, 20 through 23 refers to angels as God. Because this title, depending on the context of verse or passage, can refer to messengers of Yah. Okay? Or magistrates or judges over mankind, outside of addressing the supreme God of Israel, Yah. However, it can be applied in several applications depending on what it is pertaining to, outside of addressing Yah, God of Israel. Now, Creator, according to the King James Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible, in number 1254, in Hebrew, and as mentioned in Isaiah 40 and 28, means to create, depending on the context that is being used in the Hebrew passage or verse to apply to the God of Israel. Yah is addressed in the law as being the creator of the ends of the earth, and also in Isaiah 43 and 15 as the creator of Israel. This is another title to identify the sacred name of Yah, depending on the context. Creator. Holy, according to the King James Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible in Numbers 6918 and 376 in Isaiah 4:43 and 15. In Hebrew means sacred in this context, but is used in a variety of applications, depending on the context. One in Isaiah 43:15. According to King James, let me say that again. One in Isaiah 43 and 15, according to the King James Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible, in number 6918. Also, in this context, means individual and holy, because the God of Israel is one God, according to Deuteronomy 6 and 4. He is holy and sacred because there is no God besides Yah. That's why he is addressed as the Holy One of Israel. Another title of his supreme authority to rule over the entire universe as one, the Holy One of Israel. Now, I am that title, according to the King James Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible in number 1961 and in Exodus 3 and 14. In Hebrew means to self-exist or to be one. Another title in this context to address the God of Israel, not the sacred name, just the title. I'm not saying it's a bad, not saying it's a good, but it's just a title. Well, you know if it's a good title because you will be uplifting him, uplifting Yah. Now, the beginning and the end, according to King James Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible in numbers 7223, 7221, and 7218 in Hebrew, and according to Isaiah 41 and 4, 44 and 6, and 48 and 12. symbolizes Yah as the first or the beginning, and in number 3, 1, and 4. Okay. I'm referring to here as and in number 3, 1, 4, which would have been the concordance, the King James Strong's Exhaustive Concordance. It would have been on the 3, 1, 4 also. It symbolizes him as end, last, later, like, facing the sun to the east, watching its full circular motion. Where it starts, it ends, and where it ends, it starts. Yah is the only primary continual motion in the universe of self-existence. He culminates the beginning and the end into one. Pure power with no beginning or ending. Quite a mystery to man, but well understood by Yah, God of Israel. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. According to the King James Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible in Numbers 7:2-3 and Exodus 3 and 6 in Hebrew, means ancestors that were before time or beginning, eldest, first, forefather. That's why we say the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because they're the God of our, because they're our fathers, and the God we serve is their God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yah is addressing his status concerning who our forefathers served as God when speaking to Moses, because they were the beginning or first before the children of Israel existed as a nation. Yah addressed himself as the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob before he revealed his name to Moses, to assure him that he was the God of his fathers. These titles were given by man to address the God of Israel for his greatness and power. There are many more. However, he has one sacred name. It is not a title. It is the one and only name recorded that he has chosen to reveal from his mouth. This name was used by his ministers to swear an oath before him as the Yah lives. So you see how one can confuse many titles with his name. There is a significant difference and a very important reason to have knowledge of the sacred name of the God of Israel. That is why Yah revealed it to Moses to tell the children of Israel. His sacred name is not a title. It's found in the King James Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible in number 3050 as the sacred name of Yah, God of Israel, the one and only. Join me on the next session of The Balance of Yah. Listen and learn, my people. Shalom.